Hello and welcome to Sunrise Tarot. My name is Leah and today I'm doing a reading for the sign of Leo for the second part of August 15th through the 31st. Please remember that this is a general reading. There may be some parts that do not resonate with you. Please take the parts that do resonate and leave the rest behind. You may also want to check out your other signs. I've already meditated on the cards. I've already shuffled the cards, and this is the spread that I have for you today. Wonderful Leo. In the past, we have the King of Cups and the Six of Swords. In the obstacle position, we have Death, as well as the Queen of Wands, the Eight of Cups, and the Ace of Wands in the present position, and in the future outcome, Four of Swords, as well as the Knight of Cups. The past position has the King of Cups in it, which is definitely a card of a person who is able to control their emotions. Very positive, very compassionate, very nice person usually is represented by the King of Cups. But as we see, he does sit on his throne. However, he's surrounded by turbulent waters. So it suggests that a person is keeping their cool while things around him may be going chaotically. And of course, the Six of Swords suggests that someone has decided to move away. Usually this happens after a conflict takes place, some sort of an altercation. And for most of you, I believe it's going to be like a verbal altercation where you exchange opinions with someone that does matter to you, or at least did matter to you. But because they were so kind of drama oriented, maybe negative, maybe hurtful, maybe critical, you decided to take your baggage and move away. So you kind of realize that you do not agree with this person, and you decided to move from calmer, from more turbulent waters to calmer waters. So the combination with the King of Cups and the Six of Swords suggests to me that in the recent past, you, due to your own strength, due to your own creativity, and your ability to dig deep down for those, emotions that kind of protect you, you definitely overcame something. You definitely overcame a hardship, and you decided to move for something, towards something, better. Definitely suggests to me that there was a positive outcome in your favor. It also to some of you, it may mean that you felt lonely in the past, meaning felt lonely where you had to kind of felt alone as far as dealing with the situation, like you couldn't, maybe people around you didn't understand the support that you needed or something. But it's definitely by your own strength that you overcame something pretty big. The Six of Swords suggests that you're carrying, all those hurt feelings. You're carrying your own hurt with you. And of course, there is a little bit of anxiety that is associated with the swords. But you are moving in the right direction towards a better future, towards a better situation. In the negative position, we have Death as well as the Queen of Wands, which is of course quite a big obstacle to overcome. Death is an ending. For many of you, it could mean that you have been resistant to the ending. Maybe you have, a bit of a difficulty in your love relationship, and so you decided, that you're not ready for it to come to a full stop, and maybe you're just sort of delaying it, pushing that end away. And the same, it could, mean also for a job or work that you do. It could be that, that you are no longer enjoying the work, or, there are people who make it difficult to enjoy the work, but you still continue to hang on to it. it, even though you know that the writing, is on the wall. The Queen of Wands is a negative influence from someone around you. This is definitely someone who is a bit of a drama queen. This is someone who could be possessive or suspicious or insecure, someone who has a sharp tongue, someone who demands that all of the attention is on them. It may be somebody who is a little bit high maintenance, and definitely they have an influence on the situation that you may be going through towards the end of August. Definitely something is coming to an end. Death is an absolute card. It cannot be stopped, and so it can be difficult to emotionally kind of maybe accept that an ending is inevitable. In the present position, we've got the Eight of Cups and the Ace of Wands. The Eight of Cups is a card of departure. It suggests that maybe you had high hopes or dreams for something that did not turn out to be the way you thought it was going to be. For example, if you purchased a home, you realized after moving in that the renovation is much more going to be much more global, much more bigger than originally anticipated, and so you're kind of walking away from the project. It could be that you met someone, or maybe you're walking away from a relationship that you've already had, but it's definitely the Eight of Cups is when you put considerable effort into something. It's definitely something that you've worked on. It's definitely something that is not easy for you to walk away from, but you have made that decision. And of course, the Ace of Wands suggests that there's a new beginning in store. Ace of Wands stands for creativity, for courage, for new beginning. It could also mean that there's like a hole in your life that you're trying to fill. It could also be a little bit of a reconciliation with someone. It could be someone extending an olive branch towards you, trying to make amends for something that happened between the two of you. But definitely not the best. The Ace of Wands is not the best when it's paired with the Eight of Cups, because the Eight of Cups in this instance is a stronger card, and of course cups represent water and the Ace of Wands represent fire. And so it could be that these two elements are fire goes against water, or water here goes against fire, and in this case the water wins. It's definitely two opposing elements. So what that suggests to me, the combination suggests to me, is that you may be walking away, some of you may be walking away from a new beginning. Maybe there was an opportunity that came to you, and after considering it and thinking on it, you decided that the new opportunity is not, is not for you. It also could suggest that, to me, that maybe, there's some kind of an idea that has occurred to you that makes you feel powerful to walk away. So for example, you couldn't quit your job because you didn't have a plan B or something to fall back on, and then there came an idea that helped you sort of move in that direction. In the future outcome position, we have the Four of Swords and the Knight of Cups. The Four of Swords is a card of rest. of rejuvenation, of recuperation after usually a battle. And of course, the Knight of Cups is a wonderfully positive card. In this instance, of course, the Knight of Cups could be bringing news. He moves very slowly, he moves very gracefully. He reminds us that victory can be achieved through kind of being clever rather than brute force, where you have to do battle to win something. But most of all, it suggests that you are taking a break. The combination here suggests that you may be taking a break from something. Maybe you're going on a quick vacation, mini vacation, to recuperate, to think about what the next 6 months are going to hold for you in store. But definitely, the Four of Swords is not the best card for love. It is not the best card for, it's just not the best card, because Four of Swords comes after Three of Swords. And Three of Swords is betrayal and heartbreak. So it suggests to me that there was some kind of a disagreement, there was some kind of a problem in your recent past that you overcame, and you need rest to gather up your strength to move forward and take care of your responsibilities and do what you were supposed to do. And while you do have some good things to look forward to, as the Knight of Cups here suggests, it's still, there was something that drained your energy, and so you may feel like you're putting things on hold for a little while. It could be that you're taking a break from your relationship. It could be that you're taking a break from work for a little bit. It could be that you're recuperating from an illness as well. Let's see if we can clarify some of this reading with the energy oracle cards that I pulled. I also pulled 3 energy oracle cards, and they are... We've got the Garden and the Gate, Anxiety, and 5th Chakra Archangel Gabriel. Definitely a pretty widespread, I feel. The anxiety, of course, could relate to death here. It could also relate to the Six of Swords, could relate to the Four of Swords. There's definitely a little bit of anxiety, I feel, could be, that you are overcoming, you're anxious about just things happening in your life. The woman on this card is filled with anxiety, worrying about something that causes her a great deal of discomfort. Receiving this card may indicate that you're experiencing a time of increasing stress, perhaps even a situation that you find yourself brooding about much of the time. However, if you'll notice the scene outside the window, the storm is distant and perhaps even moving away. Whatever is going on, this card is telling you to release the worry and let yourself relax. Brooding and fretting will never solve things, so trust in yourself and your process. When you live with a relaxed heart and mind, you're far more likely to receive the solutions that you seek. I used to have a lot of anxiety for quite a long time, but eventually you reach a point where you choose to move away from anxiety because you just can't take anymore, and that's when I feel, for me, things got better. But I also meditate quite a lot, and I exercise. I make sure to get enough sleep. I drink a lot of water, and that definitely helps with anxiety. The best way to resolve anxiety is to focus on the actual issues or the problems in the morning, when you've had a full night's rest and you're able to think clearly and you're able to kind of figure out the best solution. And sometimes they don't come right away, but if you keep at it, they do. The Garden, especially, this is a wonderful card that suggests that abundance and prosperity is definitely coming your way. this girl is kind of locked in her garden, which provides her with the security, but this card suggests that be aware. The choice to stay in the seeming security of this lovely garden may actually be motivated by habit or a fear of the unknown. The beauty is enticing and worth enjoying, but you may not be giving your spirit the freedom to roam. While it's fine to amass a great deal of wealth, don't let it keep you from a karmic path or from living your truth. You have the choice to shift your focus, widen your spiritual perspective, and gain the world that is just outside your gate. Many people are ruled by fear, and I always advise to recognize and acknowledge the fear and realize that it's good because you are progressing. When you realize you're feeling fear, you are being alive, you're living, and it's important to recognize that and acknowledge it. And sometimes if you want to pursue something new but you're scared to do it, little steps sometimes work best. Of course, for me, they don't. I just go right off the cliff. I just dive right into it and swim for dear life. But that does not always work for everyone. For example, I wanted to move to a different country, and I did. It took me a long time to get ready. And when I did a lot of preparations, and I've already been there prior to that. And when I did, I stayed there for 4.5 months, realizing that while I did achieve my dreams, unfortunately, it's not, something I could sustain for, a long period of time, because the conditions, that were there were just didn't feel, particularly safe to me. So I made a choice to come back to the United States. So different people venture out into the unknown differently. Some people take it slow, others, go for it. But it's important to venture out in the unknown. Courage is very important. It adds to your life. It adds depth. It adds experience. It adds happiness. The fifth chakra, Archangel Gabriel, is a card that reminds us we need to speak our truth. Gabriel holds his trumpet in one hand and a beautiful orb of blue light in the other. He's sending powerful energy to your throat center, acknowledging your power to communicate and your readiness to do so. This angel opens you up to truthful expression, both with yourself and others. You may have trouble with expressing emotions and ideas in the past, but Gabriel is here to tell you that your soul longs to take this leap now. Be aware that true communication includes how you speak to yourself, so never deny your profound integral value. Speak up for yourself. Write in your journal. Let your words flow. Now is the time to express yourself freely and fully, and the universe always honors your choice to do so. This card could also indicate that a communication project is coming, or a time of heightened communication with spirit and telepathy with others. Make sure you do communicate your wants and wishes, as well as your fears, as well as things that you do not like. It's very healthy to express how you feel rather than stifling emotions. Let's see what ancestors and angels have for us. I also pulled 2 ancestors and angels cards, and it says Sage, be devoted and committed, and Sky Father, trust in the unknown. So the Knight of Cups here and the future outcome. Also, I'm feeling like he's a reminder to stay the course. There's something that you're already doing and that you have a lot of emotional energy invested in. You need to stay the course. Be committed to whatever it is that you're working on, that is important to you, that you want to achieve. Don't give up. Don't give in. Giving up should not even be an option. It's do or die. You continue doing it, you continue working at it, and it will work out for you. And of course, the unknown, being successful is hard work, is dedication, but also taking a risk. success always carries some sort of a risk. Most people, of course, try to calculate that risk, but venturing out into the unknown is very, very important. You don't want to be stuck in a golden cage, even if that cage is golden. Even if, someone offers you the moon and the world, you need to stand on your own 2 feet. You need to have your own ideas. You need to have your own experience in life as well. And so sometimes it takes, it involves taking a risk. And the divine is here to remind you that, if you are prudent in your action, you should be able to take that risk. So make sure that you do venture out into the unknown. Make sure that, even if taking a different route home from work, or, trying a new store, or just going to a new place that you've not done it, it's important to make yourself experience new things. It opens up different horizons, perspectives, people. It just helps you heal. It helps you see a world as a much more positive environment. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. Feel free to leave any comments. I enjoy reading them, as well as it helps me connect with your energies. And please make sure to come back for the September readings, which I will be doing probably next week. And I will have a few new decks, so you may want to check that out. Again, if you enjoyed this reading, please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.